Good afternoon. Stop wasting your money. Stop wasting your money. A lot of persons have wasted money that they would have used to build businesses, to buy lands, to do a lot of projects that would have brought in a lot of cash into their account and still bringing in cash till today. One of the ways to become financially independent and free in life is by developing a strong savings culture. You can either have maybe an account or a book where you write down your expenses and you track your expenses, or maybe have a software. We have a lot of them these days. Or you apply the principle that I do apply. I got this principle, I understood this principle from a book that I read. I think that book is The Millionaire Next Door. It says create an artificial scarcity that would remove or eliminate unnecessary spendings, thereby accumulating cash. So I try as much as possible not to buy things I don't need. A lot of persons may say, you need it, but because I don't need it, it doesn't have anything to do with my day-to-day activities. I can carry on my day-to-day activities without that particular thing. I avoid it. I just avoid it until when I get to a point whereby if I bring out money to buy that thing, no matter how expensive it is, it may not be significant, have any significant effect on my bank balance. So, how are you living your life? Are you living a life that is constraining you financially from moving forward? You are earning 100,000 naira per month. Your salary combined in a year is 1.2 million, but you are living in a flat of 350 or 400,000 naira. That's already about, let's say, close to 40% of your capital base in a year. So you have other bills to pay. How do you save up to invest? You are spending money, you buy things, you do a lot of things that at the end of the day, you're unable to save up anything. You have been on that job for 3 years now. You don't have up to 100,000 naira savings, and yet money is flowing around your account. Is this how you're going to continue? Is this how you're going to live life? You're a young man now. You manage to save like 30,000 naira every month. That's 360,000 naira at the end of the year. What is your 2, 3, 4, 5 year plan? How do you plan to live life when you get married? Do you know that when you get married, expenses would multiply in geometric progression? As a young man, expenses may increase in arithmetic progression, but once you get married, it explodes in geometric progression. In fact, the very moment you have a lady that you're very serious with, and you really want to take good care of her, expenses will increase, and then you get married, expenses explode because she'll soon get pregnant. You need to take good care of her, good antenatal and all of that, and then the child is being taken care of when the child comes out. Go and check the price of food, baby food now, in the market, in the malls, their wipes, and then the child will need to go to school. And before you know it, the child will need to have a brother or sister. The child will have a brother or sister. You see, I'm directing this message mostly to young men. A lot of you are looking very fresh today, living life, enjoying. My dear, you need to understand, you need to be very worried about your future. Very, very worried. When I mean worried, I don't mean being pessimistic about life. But then worry about your future. A lot of young men today in their 40s, late 40s, 50s, they are financially trapped because they didn't plan when they were in their 20s. They were just flexing, enjoying life, not knowing that someday they'll get married. You need to accumulate as much cash as possible. You need to start looking for opportunities. You need to start looking for businesses, putting your hands on new things, build your business capacity, your productive capacity. Worry about this every day. When you wake up in the morning, don't just wake up and start living life. Wake up, think, meditate. What's your future like? What kind of quality, what kind of education will you give your children? Will children wake up in the morning and then they'll be thinking about whether they're going to eat today or not? What kind of life will you give your child? Are you going to live a life whereby you cannot pay the bills of your daughter so that your daughter is exposed to the temptations out there because of inability of a father to take good care of them? Think about this. You will not remain 20s forever. You will not remain in your 30s forever. As a young man, think about this. One of the ways to avoid this is by cutting out unnecessary wastes That 50,000 naira Timberland that shoe you want to buy, can't you buy something like 20,000? That product you want to buy 20,000, that there is an alternative of 7,000. You cannot afford it for now. Don't buy it. Accumulate capital. Invest in yourself. Invest in business. Invest in multiple streams of income. When income begin to flow from multiple streams, naturally you know you can afford certain things. I've observed that most young men, especially in their 40s, 50s, have taken certain financial actions that have made it impossible or very difficult for them to accumulate cash and then move up in the financial ladder. In their 20s and their 30s, they make serious financial mistakes. They made serious life mistakes. They made a lot of choices that are negatively related with their ability to increase their financial profitability or possibility. You see, God has given us a power of choice. The choices we make determine how far we go in this life. And believe it or not, you need money to survive in this world, because the Bible says money answereth all things. The Bible says the wealth, I'm paraphrasing, the wealth of the wealthy is their strong tower, is the defense to them. But poverty is the destruction of the poor. You can imagine that. Poverty is the destruction of the poor. If you understand what this means, you need to be very serious. For the role of today, be very sober. Money answereth all things. With money you make friends. With money you have wings to fly. With money you have mobility. With money you can buy time. So I think I've made my point very clear. Cut out waste from your life, financial waste. Cut it out. Build your financial foundation. You see, the beautiful ones are not yet born. And then I want you to understand that this life, when it doesn't happen now, it will happen later. Just make sure that your foundation is strong. My name is Amuta Chukwudi. I'm a financial coach by God's grace. You can reach out to me if you have any questions you want to ask as regards finances. Thank you very much. God bless you.